PGA Sports, in conjunction with the R&A, so proud to spotlight golf's best amateur talent from around the globe. Today, it's live coverage of the third round. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. Our leader here on Saturday is our featured golfer. He's got a commanding 5-shot lead here as he has been spectacular thus far. And that a wonderful tee shot. It's in the fairway here to get this Saturday started. The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second. Okay, on the putting surface, but work to do from there. Iona Stephen is at the first green. This for birdie.
Yeah, and it's a pretty makeable one. Little bit of break from left to right, really not a lot.
The way to start the day. It is a birdie here at the opening hole, and he'll get it to 1 under for the round, 10 under for the tournament. Well, here you get a real taste of what the old course will be all about, the double greens. The 411-yard par 4 second. The ideal spot, you want to be just to the right. There's so many famous bunkers here, but this one is well known. It's called Chief's Bunker. That one going to be in great shape. So following the birdie at 1, a solid drive here at the second. A little over 80 yards here as he gets set for his second.
Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still one good putt, maybe a birdie.
Not quite on line, and that'll drift a couple feet by. That finished off for par here at the second. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Up next here at St. Andrews, the 370-yard par 4 third. Best to drive it left center to avoid a cluster of bunkers down the right side of the fairway. The real challenge comes on the approach with Cartgate Bunker coming into play. Well, that's on a pretty good line so far. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. That's a nice lag putt. Frank, what would you focus on a long putt?
That 3-foot circle, obviously you allow yourself a little bit more the further and further away you get, but just expectations, lower them a little bit. There's certain distances, just take 2.
Moving now to the par 4 fourth, measuring 419 yards. 2 ways to attack here. The riskier drive is toward the narrow valley on the right, while the safer play is to aim for the plateau on the left. As picturesque as they come, that is right down the middle. In the fairway, it's lined nicely, and 180 yards left.
That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Okay, that should be inside of 10 feet. Not too bad.
Just 5 feet left. That's in. It is a good par here at number 4.
And he'll remain well in control of this tournament.
Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball.
That is a really good shot on him. 2 on this par 5, but work's not done yet.
I'm a tough taskmaster. If he makes the putt, or at least gets down in 2, then I'm going to congratulate him on this hole.
Nope, that's going to come to rest way short of the hole. That was wrong from the start. Look here at birdie.
It would be very easy to underread this putt. There is break on it from left to right, particularly as it nears the hole.
Nah, that might have been a little more break than he was expecting, as that one winds up undercutting the hole. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second for this par 4. Oh, just needed a little bit more, but that was beautifully judged from off the green. A very good roll. Safely in for par here at the 6th, and he'll stay at 11 under par. One of the really beautiful aspects of playing links golf is you're oftentimes aiming at something so far off in the distance. Maybe it's a church steeple, or in this case, maybe it's a little left of the flag at number 11, and we're playing the 7th hole. The key, you want to avoid that shell bunker, which is short of the putting surface.
Nothing wrong with that one.
So from a little more than 70 yards, this is second. Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. Oh, what a putt right there. The speed was spot on, but it's just a fraction offliner. That would have gone in. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll remain right where he is. Standing on the tee at the par 3 8th here at the old course. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat. It looks like it's easy. But once that flag gets on the left side, this one, the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though.
Oh, yeah, nice shot there, right of the hole, and he'll have that for his birdie. 8-foot putt here. Okay, right on line. That's a birdie here at the 8th. And he gets it to 12 under par. Bunkers, bunkers, and more. bunkers. So this hole's only 347 yards as we close out this front side with the par 4 ninth. They're called Bose's and End Hole bunkers, and they're right in the middle of the fairway. So it's all about the tee shot, putting it in a good spot. If you do, you're walking out of here with a 3, or you could knock it on and maybe bump one in, putt one in for an eagle. Oh, this is going to be way down there. Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. Yeah, that's good putt. That was a slippery one, but that's well done. Easy as can be. It's a tap-in birdie here at the 9th. That'll mean this is a 32 on the front, 4 under par. As we begin the backside here at St. Andrews, you can really feel the history. This hole named in honor of the legendary Bobby Jones, who won the 1927 Open and the 1930 Amateur. Obviously, 1930 was his Grand Slam year. He retired, by the way, at the age of 28, and then founded and built with Alistair McKenzie Augusta National. So a little bit of history lesson as you play this 340-yard par 4 10th. This one starting up that left side. Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. Good chance to get one in close from here. This, his second. All right, that's aboard, but a lot of green between ball and hole. We turn to Nota Begay the third for this look at birdie.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
Pretty good read there. Definitely good speed, and it just skips a foot or so by. So that in for par to start this backside. It'll hold tight at -13. Hole number 11, the Eden, is really the finest medium-length one-shotter in all of golf, isn't it, Frank?
Well, this hole's been copied by many an architect. For the reasons why is it's normally very, very difficult to make a hole of this length, or should I say this short, so difficult. But they've managed to do that here at Eden with that Strath bunker in the front and the severe sloping on either side of that bunker.
That can really be brutal, can it?
It certainly does. And if you have any doubt there, you'll come unstuck at 11.
All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. That one just going to sneak on by. So that brushed in for par here at 11. And he'll stay right where he is. Here we are now, one of the very best short par fours in golf, 316-yard 12. Hidden bunkers lurking all over the fairway. So the safe move is to go with a long iron down the left side, leaving a short approach.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Frank, what happened there?
It's just a flyer, Rich. Ball wasn't sitting all the way down in the rough. He got enough loft on it, and actually, it was a pretty good swing. The ball was never going to stop.
Okay, that's probably about what you'd expect from a wedge, so that's in the acceptable range. No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he'll remain right where he is. Here's a great hole, the 13th. It's 418 yards. The key, and you can see it as plain as day, is to stay away from those coffin bunkers. They are nasty. The approach should be aimed right at the center of this gigantic double green. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Not in the fairway, but not a real problem here at the 13th, getting set to play his second shot.
A little further right, a little further up. That would have been close.
12 feet still to go. Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll stay right where he is. We come now to the longest hole in the golf course, though it is a relatively short par 5 at 530 yards. This the 14th. Out of bounds wall on the right. Most players are aiming left to the landing area known as Elysian Fields. And now, problems there for our leader. That ball into the very thick stuff here off the tee. Well, that's really a good job right there to advance that ball down the fairway. That came out pretty clean, Frank.
Yeah, clean as a whistle, and now actually in great shape in this par 5. Oh, huge mistake. That's motored on by it.
Maybe not what you're hoping for from that number, but no damage. It's on the green. Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll remain right where he is. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot. This is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
This is why you practice these shots from under 100 yards. You've bombed your drive. Now it's time for the touch shot. Zip one in there close. I like the looks of this one. Now, we've seen folks hang that putt out to the right. It does not move as much as you'd think, and that goes on by. Okay, a bogey here at the 15th. And fortunately, with a big lead already, very little damage done. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer into your second shot.
Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. So a big drive, and not much needed to carry here for his second. Yeah, that's a good shot. You really have to factor in how firmly to hit it when you're putting from off the green. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16, and he'll remain at -12. All right, this is sort of bizarre. You're standing on the tee at the road hole, one of the most famous par fours in the sport, and you're aiming for a hotel?
Well, you're aiming over a series of letters that say the Old Course Hotel. If you can hit it exactly over that U, then you will be in the right place, which hopefully is down the middle of the fairway. You avoid that heather on the left. That bunker up ahead, the road hole bunker, you remember David Duval? He got stuck in there. Years ago, Tommy Nakajima, he could hardly ever get that ball out, and in the end succumbed, I think, to double figures. So the hole has more than one way to trap you, so stay away from the road and the road hole.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. From the fairway nota, this is second.
109 yards left to the hole. Hole cut right in the middle.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Nope. No problems there. That's par here at 17. And he'll stay right where he is. Yes, one of the most famous finishing holes in golf. 357-yard par 4 18th at St. Andrews. Aim the drive at the clock on the R&A clubhouse. And remember, the road here is an integral part of the course. Any ball that lands there must be played as it lies. Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. Iona, a second coming up.
Well, it was an impressive effort off the tee, but here we are in the Valley of Sin. A piece of land that's fraught with enough history to earn its own biblical surname.
He has a 12-footer here. Yeah, it's a birdie at the last. So our featured golfer likely going to be doing a little tossing and turning tonight, working with a 54-hole lead and looking for that first PGA Tour win. Frank, dial it back a few years. What's that?
A lot of years.
Yeah, what's that like?
Well, I remember when I was 22, my first professional one was in Australia, and you actually don't know. You ask yourself the question, you look at the leaderboard, all those players in front of you, do I really fit? And then after 18 agonizing holes, you go, I belong.
So for Frank Nobilo, notably gave the third, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds. I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone. EA Sports is proud to present continuing coverage of the world of golf. Today, live coverage comes your way of the final round. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. Our leader here on this Sunday is our featured golfer. He's got a sizable advantage here as he looks to increase it further. And that's a good way to start this final round. It's in the fairway at the first. Let's bring in Nota Begay the third once more. Nota, when you were a kid with those big dreams, 11, 12 years old, you're on the putting green practicing all those hours. The 4-footer was for what?
Well, these 4-footers and a lot of 4-footers today are going to be for one of the biggest prizes in golf, and that's an invitation to the Masters and to the U.S. Open. And for any young golfer trying to work their way up the ladder, those are the pinnacles of achievement in our game. So a lot at stake today, a lot of pressure. Let's see how it goes.
Nota Begay the third is down there. This for an opening birdie.
From my vantage point, I don't see a whole lot of break. He should have a good run at this one.
That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Safely in. It's a par here at first, and he'll remain right where he is. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with the prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course. It's the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
Another good tee shot for him to start the round as he gets another fairway here at the second. Just 90 yards remaining here for his second into the par 4.
That's a good shot, and more importantly, too, a green in regulation, so birdie chance.
Yeah, I think he knew right away that was never going to get there.
He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par, and he'll stay right where he is. On the tee box here at the third now. Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
Well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or a short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. So the great tee shot left him here. Now his second from relatively close range. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. Now this for birdie.
And these are the putts you drill when you're on the putting green before the round. This should have a good chance to go in.
That one just going to sneak on by. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he'll remain right where he is. Right now at the fourth hole.
Yeah, long par 4. Two choices, whether he's game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway. So it's official. Will not hit every fairway today. First fairway missed in the rough. Let's see what they can do from here. Just too much juicy grass between the ball and the club face. It's always going to come up short out of that sort of light.
Oh, everything is coming up roses for our leader. How about this? Holding it from off the green to extend that lead. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. Okay, I'll be pretty happy with that one on the green and two, but a long ways. Frank, he'll need to refocus immediately because that's not a guarantee. 2 putts from that distance.
Exactly, Rich. No time to celebrate right now. Grind on that first putt. Get it inside that magic circle. At least try and guarantee a birdie.
Yeah, from that far away, anything inside of 5 feet is pretty darn good. A straightforward look here for birdie. Yeah, there's another one. Back-to-back birdies here at 4 and 5. He moves to 15 under. Now to the 374-yard par 4 6th, another scoring opportunity.
And just be very careful of the wind conditions here because that'll affect the strategy off the tee. But bunkers left and right to be avoided.
driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. So after a well-placed drive, this is second from short range. Okay, on the putting surface, but work to do from there. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, we're looking at right to left, minuscule break, slight upslope.
Got it there, but not quite on target. That one finished off. It's in for par. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Now, seventh hole here at the old course, Frank.
Ideal line, just hit your tee shot over the marked stone. The bunker on the 11th green actually often comes into play, called the shell bunker. So anything a little bit wide of that, but very difficult green for the approach shot coming up.
Going to work this up that left-hand side. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. This one looks right on point.
Rich, I was told to keep my eyes on this player this week. That is a shot that's as good as any professional in the world.
Yes, runs that one right in. It's a birdie here at the 7th. To 16 under par. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. That is well read. A terrific putt there to save par. And he's going to remain at -16. Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
Yeah, this is a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the old course.
This up the right side off the tee. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. Second shot now, it has to be careful because that breeze can be tricky at his back. You don't want to overclub. A 4-footer here for birdie. Yep, that's nicely done. It's a birdie here at the 9th. And he's going to go out in 32, 4 under par. Starting off the backside here at St. Andrews with the 340-yard par 4 10th, named in honor of the great Bobby Jones, 1927 Open champion and 1930 amateur champion. Right center off the tee, ideal here. The fairway narrows around 280 yards, but the green is drivable. Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. So after a big drive, just a little chip remaining here for his second from short of the green. This one measures out to 15 feet. Nope. Okay, that one finished off for a par. And pars are fine at this point with this tournament well in hand. Challenging 174-yard par 3 11th has been called the shortest par 5 in golf. The Hill and Strath are the archetypal greenside bunkers where good scores go to die. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. Okay, safely in for his par. And he'll remain well in control of this tournament. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right. Obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
This one's starting a little bit right.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
It is in the rough, but it appears to be a pretty good lie. Should have a go at this. His second now at the 12th. This now for birdie at 12.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
That one just going to sneak on by. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead. Moving on now to the par 4 13. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other two up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
This from 110 yards away.
Could have just done with a little bit more for breakfast. Just a little short. Maybe I'm being harsh. It's a good shot.
Confidently done there. That's in for birdie here at 13. And this is turning into an absolute runaway at the top of the leaderboard. You know a course is old when instead of white out-of-bounds sticks, they have an out-of-bounds wall. And that's on the right. So most players are taking it down that left side. That landing area, and this is again how you know a course is old. It has all these wonderful little names. It's known as the Elysian Fields.
Impressive to get the power on that second shot into the par 5 and comfortably get it up here by the green. I know it's in that green side bunker, but that is very doable.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Now this for another birdie. Another rolled in there. Birdie's now at 13 and 14. And this is no longer a contest, folks. This one is all over but the shouting. We arrive here at the 414-yard par 415. Drive here should be aimed at that church steeple in the distance, positioned between two prominent humps down the road just a bit.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
See what he can do with this one. His second at the 15th. Just want to avoid the flyer lie coming out of that rough. Well, it's on, but that's going to make things difficult from there. He's hoping here to at least get this to tap-in range, but it is for birdie. Yeah, he had a pretty good run at that, but it won't go down. Still pretty good from there. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he's going to stay at 19 under par. All right, Frank, another par 4. It's the 16th. Players trying to make their way to the house, standing up in one piece. What's the best way to get at this hole?
Well, the normal player would actually try and hit the ball down the left. I've seen the odd player try and hit it down that out of bounds line and sort of flash it down the right side, but really there's not much of an advantage, Rich, unless you're the longest hitter in the business. So a little short and a little left of the principal's nose is a nice setup for the second shot here at 16.
Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second.
Shame, good opportunity, but that ball just sailed on by.
Iona's down there. She's had a good look. This for birdie.
Well, for a long putt like this, there's really not a whole lot to it. I think you'll fancy his chances at this one.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par. And he'll stay right where he is. Arriving now at St. Andrews' infamous road hole, often considered the most difficult par 4 in golf, the 17th tee shot has to fly those railway sheds and the grounds of the Old Course Hotel, landing on a narrow fairway beyond.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but it is long.
And set for a second shot here at 17. Let's see if he can finish with a good one. This ball in the rough, but a pretty good lie.
Now, that's an excellent shot. Inside that 10-feet circle, a little long, a little left, but still good.
Chance now for another birdie. Oh, missed it right. Just didn't have the right line. That one finished off. It's in for par, and he'll remain right where he is. Frank, you stand on the tee here at 18, and history is staring you right in the face.
Yeah, you have the Rusak's Hotel on the right, the Dunvegan over the back, the R&A building. Just standing there, you're reminded of how far this great game has come, and all these hundreds of years, I guess, in the future, and where will the game be then?
Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. A chance for a great round to get even better. This for eagle. The speed was right what you want, but the eagle putt doesn't go down. That should just about wrap this one up. It's a birdie at 18, and I think go ahead and celebrate because that lead now is close to insurmountable. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye for now.